Hi, Star Fluke Games here, animator, and I want to talk to Star Bloom, and Star Fluke. Okay, here we are. I want to talk about this rigged 3D Star Bloom cat, and this is a basic model for right now, and we're making a whole bunch of Star Bloom cats for the Star Bloom series. In Blender. I'm in Blender right now. See? Let's zoom out. So we're learning Blender and we're doing art at the same time. And Star Bloom has made this beautiful artwork. It's a take of a book, one of Christopher Hart's book covers, and Christopher Hart sent me a free book because I did a review for him on Amazon. So I just want to say, hey, yay to Christopher Hart, my favorite book illustrator, and one of them. But we have created this cool cat, and Star Bloom has designed this for one of her characters, and we modeled it in 3D, and we're learning Blender. So I just wanted to start with the fact that notice up here we're in edit mode, and with characters and rigs that are boned, you start not in edit mode because this is where we lay out the character. If you grab a bone and you select a bone and you hit G, you're going to mess up the whole bone structure that's already been made. So I'm going to Control Z edit and do that. So what you do is, this is where we edit all the bones and we draw them in. See? To the mesh pieces. So we go here to edit mode and we go to object mode. We start there. And we click the armature, which you can see up here in your outliner, armature. So if I deselect it, see, you'll see it light up. That was hitting the mesh, but there, I selected the armature. And then these are all the bones beneath. But to start animating and modeling this character, and any character that has bones or already set up a bone rig in it, like this one, in object mode, that's how we move it. We can just grab it and we can hit G on the hotkey and move it in, and then we can right click and it will pop back into its spot. But we want to do all the right moves so we can get this character animating. So we go up here to object mode and we see that we have pose mode option. Now we only have pose mode option if the character has been rigged and has an armature skeleton. And so if the character is not selected and we hit this, we have to be in edit mode and we have to select, because notice we just selected the head. I'm going to grab it and show you. Oh, whoops, how did that happen? So I'm going to right click and it'll snap it back into the right spot. So out here in object mode, the way to move the character is from the root bone and with the armature. So with it selected and correctly hierarchied, then we can move it like that. And so play with this. This is so fun. And then also the shortcut key is tab or control tab to get your menu. So we can go to pose mode, object mode, edit mode. And if I select in control tab and I go to object mode and I select the mesh, maybe her pants here. Whoops. I just think I hid myself behind the wall. Now, what did I do? Okay, I hit the the viewport view and switch to the back. And then I hit Y and it switched me back to the front. And I can rotate the scene, the view, with this right here. And I can also hit Alt and then click where I want. And this is the gizmo, this circle up here. And just FYI, I think it's really important. If you come up here to edit, I do this all the time, go to Preferences, go to Interface. You can, on the fly, change the scale of your viewport, see? And then there's another spot where you can just change the size of your gizmo right here. Gizmo, see? That's changing the size of that gizmo, which is my selection, and I'm selecting the wall. So if I select her eye, this is the gizmo with the red, the X, Y, and Z, red, green, and blue axis. Blue, green, red. So you have some options right here to change that gizmo as well. So I think that's really important because, like the viewport, sometimes you want it smaller or larger. So you go Edit, Preferences, and then I like to change the size of the viewport a lot. I think that is so cool. So I'm going to turn that up a bit. So if some people like it tiny, try to remember if you're making a video that other people are looking at it. Not everybody has, X-ray vision. And especially those of us who don't like to wear their glasses. Just because I'm too lazy to move on. Okay, so we're going to be animating this character, and there's the start. We're in object mode. Now to get the menus again, it's Control. And if we select, we're in pose mode now. Object mode is where we want to be. And if we hit Control, Tab. Let's see, wait. Got to select the mesh. Control, Tab. Then we get this menu. This is just a hotkey. Edit mode, object mode, sculpt mode, weight paint, vertex paint. So just Control, Tab, Control, Tab, Control. I forget what it is on the Mac, but so you have that shortcut, but then it's also, you get all different options once you select the bones. And so it's kind of hard to see the bones, but they're there. So we can come over here to our properties boxes with the bones selected in the viewport, and then we can come over here and we can click bone, and that shows us her bone structure, and right above it is data. See the little running guy, and below it the bone. So we click the running guy, that's right, which is the data, and then we can come down here, we can close these and come to viewport display. And right here we can turn names on so we can see our bones, which you'll be able to use when you start making bones and you rename them. You have to kind of go back and forth from the bones to the data like that. The two green colors kind of show you these two go together. And we'll turn the names back off. That helps you to organize your bones and to find them when you're waiting. So basically, what's really, really, really cool is you can change the way the bones display. And we're in object mode, notice. So B-bone wire, which makes it easier to see your stuff. You can use the wire frame. But if we tab into pose mode, Now we can change the bones to display the bones as there's the bee bone again, and you can also make colors, which is so cool. But I really like the there's the stick bone. It's the one I've been using a lot. And then my most favorite one is while I'm setting up bones and modeling and animating, I really love the envelope bone. And with the envelope bone, we can also use it to weight a section of the character like this. So if I hit G, I grabbed it and I started moving that around. And I'm going to select that bone and hit rotate. Hit R, actually, and that will cause it to rotate. So, and while I hit the R, if I hit the X, it's going to rotate on the X. A little bit like this. It's kind of jumpy. Or I can R at Z, rotate it on the Z axis. And then click, and then R or the Y. And so if I wanted to get a little bit more, what's a good word? But if I wanted to get a little bit more, I've got the bone selected, and I can come up here and use the rotation here and get smaller increments to animate, because sometimes it's a little, just gotta kind of be careful. So once you select the bones and we get into the bones, which is really cool, we can animate. And I'm going to clear those keyframes. I'm going to come here and I'm going to turn on the auto and look over here to the left. Now with this bone selected in pose mode, I'm going to hit rotate, and it's automatically going to put a key on the timeline here. And then I can come here, select the bone, hit rotate, and rotate a little bit more. And it makes a keyframe. So this is the auto keyframe button. So cool. And then I can go this way, or I can select it and hit the Y or the X or the Z on the hotkey. And I can watch where it's turning. And then I can also scroll here. Rotation on the Y. And there, that's what it's going to be. And then we can do some editing to these keys to make it smoother, or spend as much time as you want. So that's really cool. I'm so excited about animating. So that was one of the big things I wanted to show you, and I'll be able to just, if you come up to Discord, to our Discord channel, and we start working together and playing with the characters and the models, I can upload the files there for you. And then I thought it would be really cool is when you get set up in Blender, if you read your, and you drag in some of these characters. I've been setting up stuff right here. If you look here in your outliner, see, this is the outliner window. And I'll close the armature to move it out of the way. And when you drag stuff in from the asset browser, this is really cool, but select your top folder. So I'll show you when I drag it in. Say I drag this in. Look, you can watch while you... Oh, guess what? Why didn't it drag in? Why didn't it animate tear? Starbloom. Because we are in pose mode. So, Control Tab to object mode. And let's try it again. And there we go. They're in. So they'll be coming in, whatever, and you can paint them and texture them and model them and start making your own ears too. And then set up your characters. It's gonna be fun. But see, notice here in the scene, I usually get really messy. But you guys are so great at fast typing and everything. You'll be able to clean up this section. So, but sometimes if you're not selected up at the top folder, so we can go like this, select, and delete those ears. I did that with the mouse. I control dragged and deleted them. Now if I just were anywhere, like I might be here or anywhere in all of this mess, and I'll forget. And if I open up if I drag one of these assets in, who knows where it's going to land. And then I'll be like, oh, and I got to read through all that. So one a really good reminder is, before you drag in any assets, make sure you're selected at the top folder. And then you can start dragging your assets in like that and drop them off. I'm going to do that. But I think the other thing is you're going to learn when you bring in something with bones, there's a specific, choices you have to set up to drag it in. And, or it won't unlock, and it's a lot more work. So there's a way to do it, and I'll do a tutorial specifically on that. But so there, if I'm a little more careful and I pay attention, see, watch, and because it's easy to go kind of get it. You'll see the thing pop sideways. See the thing, and I pull it so it's flat. Then it'll come in right. And so what I was hoping was you could just, start playing around, set up your characters, retexture them, remodel them. It'll be helpful to have a base model to work from. And then, because one really cool thing is, once you have one character in here and one base character model, then you can reshape the others. And everything can be edited, the bones, everything. It's so cool. So, like, we can go to the character that we drug in, select the head, Control Tab, and go into edit mode. And it's like that. It's a mess. Because in edit mode, we didn't select, probably, what did we not do? Oh, I need to have it back in its uniform. So what I do is I just go to pose mode, back to, first select the armature, and then go to pose mode, and then I can hit A, select all, and then right here, pose, clear transform. And I have a keyboard key, which is 4, that I use. And to make that, you just right click, and it says change it, but because I already made one, but it'll say use a hotkey, and then you just click it. It's really easy to make hotkeys in here. So that's the pose clear transform. So if it's posed, you need to get it back to its original state. Now it's gonna set a keyframe because I have this on. I have the automatic key set on, so that's a keyframe right there. And then, because I have it, and then you can move the arm like so. So this is also what I'm hoping is you'll, the other one over there. I'm so excited anyway, so I'll be making videos for you. So then you can just retexture and remodel and redo your characters any way you want. And yeah, and that's what I was going to show you. I'm going to turn off auto keying because I accidentally animate other things on the timeline that I don't want animated. So So then we go to object mode, and then, oh yeah, I forgot to set her. So click A to select all, then 4. Now I can go to edit mode, and she at least looks better, because like you'll figure out how messy things get. So I have to actually come out to front view and select a mesh like her shirt or whatever, zoom in, and then go back to edit mode. And now I hit A. Well, actually you can do it in object mode too. So just select it, hit the G key and move it. And now you can edit everything. Scale and start modeling and redo the whole character in parts, head, everything. So that's really cool. And so in edit mode, you can paint. So cool. So one of the things I really love about Blender is that you can actually, after you've gotten a character put together, you can make a duplicate copy and then model it. So again, I'm so excited. This is probably getting too long, but so S to scale on the keyboard, or you can come over here and scale. And so you can add a new anything you want. And then those are the curls. You can add curls and do everything any way you want it. You can have total freedom in coloring and painting things the way you like. And making all your characters and then getting them animated and doing your series. So I'll show you more, and then I just wanted to tell you really quick. I know this is getting so long, but I've been working hard on making these little assets. So building stuff, and it's a lot of work to get it up on Gumroad. And then they zip up real nice. But here's the little size thing. You can go over here, look at it, go to viewport again. These are all your windows. UV editor, where you're going to lay out your UVs and your islands, paint them. Then, but just go back to asset browser, and any of these windows you can change, see? So you get to know this. Image editor. There's so many buttons, you could go crazy. Okay, so anyways, this took me a while. I've been studying up on this and learning from other people like that sell their stuff on Gumroad. But you can go like this, blow them up, and then we can save them and make assets when you do stuff. And I have a tutorial on that from Ryan King, because I get his materials and his other stuff. And then what you do is you can click and right click and make things an asset, and then drag them in and out. And then it took me a while because I was making assets and I was like, oh, and then I was doing it wrong, so they'd come out and make this huge mess, not work. So, but I'll show you how to do that for him. So yeah, I'm so excited. And Daniel got his card, so he's gonna he just went out to the mail a while ago. I made one of these videos, but my sound busted. So here we go. We're gonna animate. Okay, bye. 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 I'll tell you when your mouse is coming. Love you.